Morgan Turner collaborated with Odin's Eye. The whole bundle of the 5 lip products and the eyeshadow palette is on sale for $96.39 USD. Is it worth getting? Let's dive in. So when I evaluate products, I think about 4 aspects: price, packaging, color story, and formula. And of course, formula gets subdivided into texture, finish, application, and wear time. Honestly, the whole bundle for $96.39 is really not that bad.
I just want to make it clear that I'm saying it's not that bad in comparison of other brands of products that are of similar quality. $100 is still a lot of money to spend on makeup.
And you might even be able to save a little bit more with an influencer code. The palette itself is $43.90 and each lip product costs $13.90 USD. But if you buy the whole bundle of 5 is $59.07 USD. The whole packaging of the eyeshadow palette is really pretty. It's very girly, very romantic. All of the ingredients at the back and the shade names at the back. There are 16 shades in here, in total 24 grams. Everything is made in China and cruelty free with a shelf life of 36 months. I think a little really nice touch with the packaging is that the letters here are embossed, so it is a little bit tactile, and same thing here in the back. The palette is super bendy, flexible, which I know is important to some people, and it does have a heart-shaped mirror. I'm a bit like, the heart-shaped mirror is cute, but for me I'd rather just have a normal mirror because it's actually quite small. The lipstick outer packaging is basically the same as the eyeshadow palette with the exact same theme colors, and again it has a nice embossed touch to it. There is 4.5 grams in here, again 36-month shelf life, is also cruelty free. The actual lip product component itself has this kind of cloud-like mixture of the lilac and the purple and gold lettering. You can find color at the bottom of the tube. Obviously the whole color story is focused around purple and lilacs because that's Morgan's favorite color story, and actually it's my kind of favorite color story as well. So when I saw this I thought, oh my gosh, this is such a me palette I really wanted, and it's in collaboration with Morgan Turner as well, someone who I've watched a long time, so it was a very easy decision for me to buy it. Even though there are a lot of purples, you do have quite a few neutral shades to balance this palette out, and you can create some beautiful neutral everyday looks as well. So on my eyes I'm actually wearing quite a lot of the neutral mattes, and with just a pop of the shimmer in the middle of my eyelid. And if you chose a more neutral shimmer, then I think this will be a perfect everyday look. Out of the 16 shades, there are 7 mattes, 5 shimmers and 4 metallics, although I think some of the shimmer and metallics are kind of, it could be either, so take that count with a grain of salt. I swatched the palette according to the finishes, and the first set are the metallics, starting out with Touch, then Cuddles, Valentine. This color does stain the lid, and then the shade Treat, which also can stain your skin a little as well. All of these metallics felt really creamy, honestly, like no complaints. And then we have the shimmer shades. We've got Heart, so pretty, so gorgeous. August 29th, it is really intense. It can look just completely wet. And then we have Daydream, Gift, another really intense shimmer. Honestly, the shimmers in this palette are absolutely stunning. If you just take like Heart by example, it's so multi-dimensional. It's not just pink, there's blue in it, there's just loads of different color shimmer particles in there, which makes it truly special. Same thing with Daydream as well. They're just such multi-faceted shimmer shades. I mean, Odin's Eye is known for their shimmer, shifty, dual chrome eyeshadows, so it's no surprise that these are absolutely stunning. You can apply these with a brush for a more of a light dusting of shimmer, or you apply with your fingers for a full-on metallic impact that makes your eyes look wet and molten. So with August 29th and Gifts, they are a little bit more flaky, so just watch for fallout. But if you apply with a finger, oh my god, it's just crazy molten looking. But you can still apply with a brush. Just be careful, tap your brush, go slowly for a more shimmery diamondy look. So I'm wearing Daydream in the middle of my eyelids, and I did a little bit with a finger, mostly with a brush, to just get more of a shimmery effect rather than a wet metallic effect. Finally, we have the mattes. starting off with Service, and it's a nude skin tone. It actually has more pigment than you think. Then Affirmation was a milky coffee matte. And then Quality Time. Then we move on to Amore, which is the light pink matte, followed by Crush, the light purple matte, and then Giggle, which is kind of like a purpley brown. Is very cool toned. Then lastly we have Date Night, which is a deep violet matte. I also swatched this palette by Color Story just to help you visualize the palette better and help you kind of imagine the looks you might create with it. The mattes in this palette, they do have a lot of kickback because they are super pigmented, fully dry mattes, okay? So just be aware of that. Dip your brush in, tap your brush, then apply, otherwise you'll have a lot of fallout. But even when you tap your brush and you apply, the color payoff is amazing. It's literally like one touch, two touch, and then that's it. There's your color, it's done. Especially considering the shade Crush, the lilac shade. You know, purples are difficult to formulate, especially matte purples, but Crush just builds so beautifully without any patchiness. I'm so impressed. The same goes for Amore, although I probably wouldn't wear Amore on my eyelid very much because I'm not a very pink eyeshadow person. I just use a very light hand over that kind of inner corner and you can still see the color, and I know that is going to build up beautifully just like Crush. But I am wearing on my cheeks as I blush, as Morgan recommended, and I think it gives such a beautiful flush to the cheeks. And I use my Kitco, my blush and polisher. I will link it in the description box. It's honestly my all-time favorite blush brush. You're never going to pack on too much pigment with that brush. You can see in my demonstration as well, like all of the mattes just blended so easily on the eyelid. And then Date Night, the dark purple blended beautifully on top of Crush with great pigment payoff. Date Night purple is actually a lot more vibrant than it looks in the pan. And then Service, great for blending out the edges of colors, although I didn't really think those edges needed blending out. They were already perfectly blended in the first place. And Affirmation is honestly the perfect everyday all over matte. Each literally a couple swipes, blends by itself, done, out the door. And then Giggle paired with it is stunning. I can't get over how well these two mattes blend into each other. Both of these colors are slightly cool toned, so if you are a cool toned lover, you're definitely gonna like these neutrals. And you can see I did use every single color on my eyelid. You can see the metallics in action as well, like how Treat just looks so stunning on the eyelid, so vibrant. Valentine I used as a outer liner just to test how it would look, and it applied over the dark brown. You could still see the pigment, which was super impressive. And then with Cuddles, you could use it kind of like as a wash of color, which I tried to do in the upper outer corner. But then actually what I did was the double liner situation. Cuddles on top of Valentine. I did wet the brush when I applied Cuddles as a liner and it worked perfectly well. It really brought out the vibrancy. So with these shades, you can use them wet as well. And honestly, like all of these shimmers, I just think they can look so stunning, so beautiful, just lightly dusted over the eyes. Or if you wanted to, you know, really pack on the color, it's completely up to you. And the way that you apply the eyeshadow palette, you can customize the looks, which I absolutely love. It just speaks to how good the formula is. And by the way, if you've reached this point of the video, my name is Aijing, pronounced like Beijing with an I. I like reviewing products, I like playing with makeup, creating makeup looks, and if that's what you like, hit the like button and subscribe. Comment below, tell me, did you buy this? I know it's quite an old collection. Do you have it? Are you thinking of buying it? Or is this kind of like old news? Let me know. And now let's move on to lip products. The first shade is Love of My Life, LOML, which is the matte lip color in this lineup. It is described as a matte stain, a dusty rose with a hint of muted magenta. And honestly, I think this is such a beautiful, flattering medium pink. It honestly looks like a neutral pink on my skin tone. Not too cool and not too warm, and it's so blurring, blends really easily. And I really like how the applicator, you can really get into the lip line, very easy to be precise. The only thing I noticed is that it does come out with quite a lot of products, so I do have to wipe around the lid a little bit, but honestly that's such a small thing. I don't really care. I love the color. It feels so lightweight. It doesn't make my lips dry, it just blurs them. I love this so much, and it's pretty like transfer proof. It's not 100% transfer proof, but you can see the test. There is not much that comes off. The texture is a soft souffle mousse. It really reminds me of liquid matte lipsticks from Asian beauty brands, and I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for and where it was produced. This might be my favorite out of the 5. Next we have the 2 glow lip glosses. They are described as a moisturizing lip gloss that delivers high shine finish with a touch of sparkle. We have Snuggle, which is a warm translucent orange with gold iridescent shimmer. This is another great color. I really like the golden shimmer. It is only visible when you get up close. It does feel like a tiny bit gritty with the shimmer, but nothing obvious. It feels thicker compared to the matte stain, and I sometimes find with pale color glosses like this it can settle into fine lines, but these do not. They look great on the lips. Then we have Love Language, which is a soft sheer pink with silver shimmer. Now this is a very cool metallic pink, not the most flattering on me to be honest, but it gives the Y2K Paris Hilton vibe, and I can imagine if you look like Paris Hilton, like with blonde hair and pale skin, this would look stunning on you. I can probably pull it off with a bit of a lip liner, but it's more of a work. It does make my teeth look a little bit yellow as well, which is not my favorite thing, and the color settles into the fine lines a little bit more, but still I think, you know, I can see how it fits into this collection. Then we have the 2 Love Shine lip stains, which is described as hydrating lightweight formula with a luminous glossy finish. I don't find them to be lightweight, to be honest. I find them to be a little bit thick. And we have Kisses, which is a soft wearable nude pink. By the way, these pack a lot of pigment. Kisses, I think there is a bit of purple to it. To me, to my eyes, on my skin tone, I wouldn't describe it as a nude pink, to be honest. And again, it's one that requires a little bit of work on my olive skin tone for me to wear, for it to be flattering. However, I can see this as a super versatile color to pair the purpley eye looks that you can create with this eyeshadow palette, and it kind of gives me slight Barbie vibes as well. I mean, both of these shades do, which is kind of that pretty pinky girly romantic vibe, which obviously fits into this collection. Then we have Beso, which is a vibrant coral pink as described on the website. That's what I'm wearing on my lips now. It's been on my lips for a couple hours. It still looks pretty good, and I think this is my second favorite out of the 5 because it's more wearable for my skin tone, and I feel like this is like a muted LOML but glossy. It works great with this eye look as well. Could be an everyday shade for me. I love it, and now that I've worn it for a couple hours, I don't feel it on my lips as much as when I first applied it. Hasn't settled into my lines, it still has a beautiful shine. Really love Beso as well. So overall, I am super pleased that I bought this collection. The color story is beautiful, right up my alley. I really do think, considering how difficult it is to formulate purple, Odin's Eye have done a great job. Morgan Turner has done a great job. So overall, I really love this collection. I'm very glad I bought it. I think the only things that I regret are probably a couple of the lip colors. I kind of just thought, you know what, it's Morgan, I want to support her, so I just bought the whole thing. But if I were to, you know, think about it again, I definitely wouldn't pick up Kisses or Love Language because they just don't suit me, but I love the other 3 lip products, the formula and the color, and really it's such a stunning palette. For $43.60 USD, I think is great value. Yes, I'm very glad that I have this, and if you love purples as much as I do and as much as Morgan does, then I would say go for it. If you like shiny eyeshadow, go for it. Like, yeah, just gorgeous, absolutely stunning. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. We have